Well, it's a Star Warsy time to be alive.
Isn't it? Isn't it
So
great?
good, man. Feels so good. Like, after season 3 of Mandalorian being the last Star Wars thing we got, I was like, oh, man, Star Wars is just like, such a mess.
Yeah. I'll showing my hand a little bit. This definitely feels like it fits within the Star Wars I like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hands down. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for listening.
Yep. Well, that's our review on Ahsoka, and we'll hope
both
you
happy.
join us for the next series.
Yeah, which will be Loki season 2.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah. In which we will be probably super confused about everything.
It will probably be a hot mess, knowing the
There'll
Marvel
be Loki
universe.
season 2 is going to seem less like review episodes and more like group therapy, where we just talk through what it is that we've seen. All right, jumping into hello and welcome to the Movie Man podcast.
The B team.
That's Carl.
And this guy. Oh, we didn't do that last time.
No, we haven't done it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is Brady over here somewhere, wherever the hell he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
doing Ahsoka, episode 2.
Yeah.
Oh boy! Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Okay, so episode 2 of Ahsoka, titled, I have it here somewhere.
Titled "Toil and Trouble."
Toil and Trouble. Yes,
It is technically
It's witchy.
episode 2, part 2.
Yes, it's a very witchy name.
Toil and Trouble.
Yeah, boil, toil, and trouble.
Yeah.
It's a witchy thing. Before the episode follows Ahsoka on her journey to Corellia, it lingers on Sabine, who is out of commission for the better part of the episode. But alive.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking when the first episode ended, I was like, oh, that would be gutsy Star Wars. Like,
Yes.
and I'd be sad because the first episode made me fall in love with Sabine as a character. But also I'd be there for it because it'd be like, all right, Star Wars, showing a little gusto here, showing a little like, you're just gonna, this character that everyone's been looking forward to seeing, and you're just gonna kill her off. And the stakes will be high. And then, maybe the end of the show, Ezra comes back and Sabine's gone or something. Like, I don't know, but obviously they didn't kill her. Sabine and Hera discuss the uncomfortable tension between the former master and apprentice, noting that it has been a few years since the last time their paths have crossed. And yeah, it's obvious from what I saw in the recaps that I watched, the 30-minute summary of Rebels. Our characters are quite a bit older than they were in Rebels. Some time has passed.
Well, there's we'll get into it when we get to the end here. Is it this episode? I think it's this episode. Yeah, it's this episode. One of the closing shots of this episode is the closing shot from the Rebels episode, and we'll get into that when that gets there. And then I think it's telling to the time frame of that shot and that series and this series a bit.
This is probably an appropriate place to ask you this. What do you think of Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka? We talked about it a little bit back during the Mandalorian days, but what are your thoughts on Rosario? Rosario Dawson? I think that's what it is.
Rosario
as Ahsoka.
Dawson. Okay. I like Rosario Dawson as a actress. She's been in a number of things I like. Ahsoka being one of them. But she was also in Firefly.
Oh,
Was that her? Hang on. I might be confusing her.
I'll look it up. You keep talking.
I'm already in the middle of looking it up.
I've already looked it up.
I think I'm confusing her with another actress that looks similar.
She is the thing that I knew her from. I knew her from two things. I knew her from Men in Black 2, where she played Liara, who turns out to be the light of the galaxy, or whatever it is. She's an alien and doesn't realize it, working at the pizza shop. And then she played Eddie Murphy's wife in the Haunted Mansion movie they did back in the early 2000s.
Right. I'm confusing her with somebody else.
Okay. She also played Persephone in the Percy Jackson movies.
But I have seen her in things. She is familiar to me. And I do Luke sorry, she's Night Nurse in the Netflix TV series.
She also voices Wonder Woman in a lot of the DC animated stuff.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm seeing that as I zip through her things she's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it that was in Firefly then? That's going to bug me. I'll have to look that up later. But anyway, so I like her as an actress. She's fun. I think she nails her roles well. Mm-hmm. I think she's done a pretty decent job of portraying Ahsoka Tano. That being said,
I have a gripe too, and I'm wondering if it's going to be the same as mine.
The character who plays Ahsoka in the animated, she's done some cosplays as Ahsoka Tano, and they look as good or better than Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. Probably, like she easily could have played Ahsoka.
I bet you there's some. I bet you there's some outcry.
Oh, there has been. There was when a little bit when Rosario Dawson was first cast. So which.
Oh yeah, I'm looking. I see pictures of it now.
Dave Filoni has been a guy who, if you show an aptitude for a character and a kind of a panache and a passion and a knowledge for Star Wars, you're in everything Star Wars that he's doing.
Well, they're doing that with Thrawn's a great example. Thrawn was the voice of the guy that's playing Thrawn in this. Was the voice. A better
example is the guy who played Starkiller. Me being bad with names, I can't remember his name. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
He's pretty much been anything Dave Filoni's connected with. He plays something in it.
He also voiced Maul.
Like he voiced Maul.
He voiced Palpatine, I think.
He did voice Palpatine.
Whenever it's not
in the Rebels series.
Yeah, whenever it's not Ian McDiarmid. He did he's played little bit parts like a stormtrooper here and a voice acting over for an alien there. Yeah. Sam Witwer is his name. He was Doomsday in Smallville.
Yeah. So his knowledge for Star Wars and his passion for Star Wars have made him just like a go-to for little piece things like, oh, hey, we need a stormtrooper. Can you come and fill in for the day? Can you put on the helmet? So he's like, he hasn't done anything since the animated stuff, but he's been in everything in some way. Right. So it makes me wonder, what happened with this voice actress that they didn't want her to reprise the role in live action when she can very obviously fill the look.
Ashley something. I had it. Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's my, and it's not a gripe. I don't know. My issue that I'm having with Ahsoka right now, the portrayal, not the show, is that the last time, having not watched Rebels and only seeing sort of the recap, the last time I really saw Ahsoka, was during the Clone Wars era. It's been like 20 25 years of character progression and character aging since I was familiar with Ahsoka. And so I think there's just times where I'm mentally trying to bridge the gap. I'm trying to pick out the young Ahsoka isms, the parts of her character that haven't aged or changed, and trying to feel that real. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to draw connections and really go, yes, this feels like Ahsoka Tano.
Things that someone like Ashleen Eckenstein would be able to throw into the character easily, because she knows that part of the character well.
Yeah,
like she played Ahsoka from day one when she was introduced, all through the Clone Wars as she matured, and then after the time jump to Rebels, she voiced her again as a kind of mature, Force wielder. And I think just sent you a link to her cosplay. As Ahsoka.
I see it. Yeah. I think I'd be feeling the disconnect less had I watched Rebels, because had I watched Rebels, I would have been like, okay, I'm familiar with more mature Ahsoka, but
she's very much a like the same character, but like matured, because she's gone through some more stuff. I
think in this show, sometimes I'm seeing Ahsoka and I'm like, you're just very mature and very wise, and that's not the Ahsoka I know. Right? So anyways, neither here nor there.
Watching Rebels would definitely do that, because
bridge that gap.
The recap that you watched, did it go over the fact that she fought Vader in Rebels?
Yes. Yeah, and that's something I knew, because I knew the symmetry. I knew the symmetry between that scene and Obi-Wan confronting Vader. Yeah. Like the splitting of the helmet and the...
Yeah. And then on top of that, like how she got saved from that situation.
Yeah, some weird like multiverse, out of space, out of time, wormhole-y things with Ezra, right?
It's essentially like another dimension. They called the world between worlds that only Force people can access.
Which I would have to watch, because when I saw that in the recap, I was like, really? That's a whole new level of Star Wars. It is
a whole new level of Star Wars, and they spend a lot of time in the show building up to it.
Okay, because the recap didn't. It was just like, and then there's the wormhole, and I'm like, what?
They spend several episodes building up to it in the show,
and
so it doesn't come out completely out of the blue.
And hyperspace whales and what? And so, anyways, okay. It's a long time since they last crossed paths. This small comment further compounds some issues with episode 1, namely the timeline that seems somewhat skewed and purposefully obfuscated with Ahsoka. It has been several years since Ezra Bridger's sacrifice and years since Ahsoka trained Sabine, yet the broad timeline doesn't necessarily work with established events. That's what this recap says. I'm not picking up on that. Maybe you would a little bit more, having watched Rebels.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were putting your own comments in there.
No, it's not me.
So I need to hear that again, I think.
It says this small comment further compounds that it's been years and that they've had a falling out.
Okay.
The small comment further compounds some issues with episode 1, namely that the timeline seems somewhat skewed and purposefully obfuscated with Ahsoka. It has been several years since Ezra Bridger's sacrifice and years since Ahsoka trained Sabine, yet that broad timeline doesn't necessarily work with the established events.
Yeah, so I think this does seem confusing. But I think that end shot that I alluded to earlier kind of fixes that issue.
Yeah, maybe
if it's interpreted properly. If I'm interpreting it and others are interpreting it that I've listened to their breakdowns are interpreting it properly, which I think is the only way to interpret it.
Yes.
I might as well explain it now. Like we'll jump there and then we'll talk about it again. I'll just quickly go over it. Like one of the end shots is Sabine looking at the mural that you have an issue with, kind of reminiscing about and then she turns around and Ahsoka is standing there, her ship behind her, and they kind of walk off into the sunset. That shot is almost pretty much scene shot for shot, frame for frame, exactly the way Rebels ended.
Right.
The big difference being Ahsoka was wearing like a white poncho thing and hoodie and had a big white staff like Gandalf the White. Very much looked like Gandalf the White, kind of, if he were an alien. So that shot, if that shot is kind of like a recreation of Rebels,
right,
then that sets things perfectly in line. So
right,
it says that that last shot in Rebels doesn't take place directly after the last couple scenes. It takes place years after those last couple scenes.
Right. Okay. Which, right, like, and that seems viable to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. It makes sense that, okay, she's been trained. There's a relationship there. That whole scene kind of makes it feel like they're going to search for Ezra together. Even though it's unsaid, it's kind of like an assumed thing. So it just feels like they're meant to be the same point in time, just one in the cartoon and one here. So I think that makes everything kind of fall into line nicely. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
The other cool thing here, though, is it's kind of when Sabine is kind of dreaming here, Ahsoka seems to be kind of using that. I looked it up. Where is it? Psychometry is the Force technique where someone touches an object or person and they can feel or see things that have happened. I think it seems like Ahsoka's doing that here. Like, Sabine is dreaming and Ahsoka's like picking up bits of what she's dreaming.
Right. Yeah, maybe. Despite Ahsoka's insistence that she doesn't need help, Hera is convinced that she does need help, pushing Sabine to offer her assistance as soon as she's healed up. Back on Cetos, Morgan Elsbeth arrives to investigate. So Cetos was the planet where we got the apple from. Morgan Elsbeth arrives to investigate what Baylan and Shin discovered. With the star map unlocked, Morgan is able to uncover the location of where Grand Admiral Thrawn has been banished. Baylan refers to it as the path. Oh no, this is a different planet.
This is they've got it wrong. Did they say it's the same planet or
no? That was my inference.
Yeah, this is like
I was confusing scenes.
It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I was confusing. I was confusing a scene with the last episode where the three of them are on that planet.
Yeah,
and that's when he said, yeah. Baylan refers to it as the pathway to Peridia, though Morgan indicates that only some people call it that. Baylan goes on to explain that the children at the Jedi Temple were the ones to call it Pathway to Peridia, pulling the name from old fairy tales and stories. Morgan asserts that Thrawn is calling to her across time and space, calling back to Rebels, which established that Thrawn and Ezra Bridger are in the world between worlds. Shin seems uncertain about what will happen once they locate Thrawn, but Baylan assures her that once he is located, they will receive power like never before.
I don't think they're in the world between worlds.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think they're inferring something that isn't true.
I think this is a cool scene though, and it's a really cool line that Balin says about the power, because it just harkens back to that is all the dark side ever wants. Yeah. Right? That the political people are going to get their peace and their victory, and the people who oppose are going to get their war. And she says, well, what about us? What do we get? And he says, power.
Yeah.
Which is that, and it's so good because, and in that moment where you're like, no, you're not. And that's one of those things that is constantly promised to Sith and to the dark side. And it's not, because the people who are promising you power are doing so that you will do their bidding, and then they will turn on you and kill you.
Yeah.
Because they also want power.
Yeah. I like the way this breakdown is kind of, it's because there's a scene in between. That's actually two scenes. There's a scene in between there with Ahsoka, but I like that they kind of meshed it together, because it is kind of, it probably would have played nice, like halfway through that scene, actually, just as that scene's getting started, they cut to the title card and then back to Ahsoka and then back to these people. But it would have been better if it was all together the way they're describing.
Yeah. On Corellia, Ahsoka and Hera arrive to investigate Morgan's facilities. And unsurprisingly, they are met with a bureaucratic mess and dubious...
Hang on. Oh, they missed a crucial scene here.
What scene is that?
Okay, so we had the scene with Sabine and Ahsoka, and then it cuts to the Master Apprentice putting the Apple of Eden on the mantle, title card, jumps back to Lothal, and Sabine and Ahsoka is in.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite scene.
Yeah, she's like
with
touring
the hospital scene.
Ezra / Sabine's apartment.
Well, but we also missed the hospital scene.
Yeah,
with the exploding
and then the
head.
droid jumps down, she beheads it, and then there's like a really cool scene of Sabine trying to figure out where the droid came from before it explodes.
The funniest line ever happens, where they're all standing around, they're trying to determine, they're aware of the risks, they're aware of what could happen if that this head could explode and kill us all.
Yeah,
but if it doesn't,
probably explode with the same magnitude that we saw in the first episode.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
It's going to blow up the whole city.
and Hera's like, I say you go for it. And Hu Yang instantly says, because you're a hologram?
You're not here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was
and the
so
other fun thing is like, Hu Yang is the only one in the room freaking out.
Yeah. Okay, we're running out of time. We're out of time. It's heating up.
Ahsoka's calm because she trusts Sabine's skills and she's got the Force, so she's going to have a premonition if things are going to go really bad.
Yeah.
And then Sabine is just like really confident that she's skilled enough to pull it off.
Yeah.
Hu Yang's just so like, good. This is a bad idea. I'm going to pull the plug.
Yeah. Oh, so funny. On Corellia, Ahsoka and Hera arrive to investigate Morgan's facilities. So what they get from the head is that it's from Corellia. And they're like, Morgan had a facility there. And they're like, well, yeah, but that would have been...
During the time of the Empire.
Yeah, they were like, but that would have been disbanded when the Empire fell. And Ahsoka's like, has anyone checked in on that?
Yeah.
Are you sure? They're like, all right, I'll meet you there.
The other fun thing about Corellia is our homeboy, the master smuggler, the scoundrel of scoundrels, Han Solo, is from Corellia.
There. Yep. And we saw that in Solo.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, they are met with a bureaucratic mess and dubious politics from former Imperial sympathizers. What's his face? He was in... I knew him because he was a regular on House MD for a number of years. But sort of like the guy in charge there.
Peter Jacobson.
Yeah, he's so good. He's so funny in this, and just like, but it's like a dry, like subtle, like he's not cracking jokes, but he's just like, he does a lot of like face and body language acting in this.
Yeah.
And it was really good. Ahsoka is a far cry from what Andor sought to do with its lush exploration of the galaxy's political intrigue, but this did prove to be a compelling aspect of the episode. I gotta find it. I'm using the same site as I did when we did the Secret Invasion thing, and that never had like opinions injected into it. So I gotta, when we come back to do episode 3, I'll have a better system here.
This is this whole kind of scene on this planet is really cool because they're both, Hera and Ahsoka, are kind of like, you're talking like all these people who work here who used to be pro Empire are just happy to have a job regardless of who's in charge, but they're looking around and like getting side-eyed by like half the people.
Well, but and because I think that the dude in charge there was full of shit. Like I think he's also an Imperial sympathizer.
I think he truly believed that.
Yeah, but why is he getting arrested then?
Because of his incompetence. I don't know.
Oh man, if that was grounds for you and I be in trouble a long time ago.
Yeah.
As they venture out to Morgan's abandoned facility, Hera tries her best to convince Ahsoka to take Sabine on as her apprentice again, though Ahsoka seems hesitant to go down that path once more. Whether Ahsoka's... What? This
Just
is
read it.
Bad. No, it doesn't. It's not English. I can't read it. Whether Ahsoka's is rooted in... Whether Ahsoka's refusal, I'm going to put the word refusal in there, to resume training Sabine is rooted in a fear of repeating old cycles of trauma or a genuine doubt in Sabine's skills is not yet clear. Sabine, however, has made her own mind up about what went down between her and her former master. During a conversation with Hu Yang, Sabine reveals that it was Ahsoka who abandoned her training, seemingly without cause, leaving Sabine with a pretty big chip on her shoulder. So we don't know what went down. But it seems like at least Sabine's side of it is that Ahsoka got cold feet about something and then took off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And some of the breakdowns I watched went into this pretty deeply in that, like, so Ahsoka left the Jedi Order and in turn her master, Anakin Skywalker, because of how she was treated and accused of things she didn't do and stuff. And then, yeah, so this is kind of like repeat, and then she finds out what her master had done. And so it's kind of like, yeah, it seems like they're kind of hitting the point here at the article you're reading. But then later in this episode, we get kind of Ahsoka's kind of side of things, or maybe they already did. I can't remember. Where Ahsoka's talking about like, well, she wasn't ready, and I'm only going to train her when she's committed to being there. So maybe what happened from Ahsoka's point of view is that Sabine was resisting. And seeing that resistance, she's just like, okay, if you're not going to fall in line, then I can't train you. If you're not ready to be trained,
right.
I can't train somebody who doesn't want to be trained.
Right.
Right. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Hu Yang attempts to assure her that Ahsoka really did want and need her help with the star map, but Sabine is quite convinced that the only reason why she was made aware of the search for Ezra is because of Hera. Hu Yang is excellent at playing devil's advocate or being logical, as he boasts, by reminding Sabine that she never indicated that she wanted to return to training. He also employs a little tough love by telling her she wasn't a very good student, or nearly as skilled as Ezra, or as Force sensitive or in touch with the Force as any apprentice he's ever seen ever.
To quote it, he says, "Your aptitudes for the Force would fall short of them all being all Jedi preceding."
Yeah. And
essentially, you suck, you're not a Jedi.
Yeah, and she's just kind of like, thanks. Thanks for that. But he wraps it up in a reminder that essentially the only way to get better is to actually try. Then we get... It's just injecting some stupid... I'm just going to read the opinion here, and then we can hate on it. Once again, Ahsoka loses sight of what could be a really thrilling lightsaber battle for Ahsoka by setting her fight with the Inquisitor Marok against a near white skyline that matches the color of her lightsaber blades. It was a cool scene. Screw this guy. It was a cool scene. It was a cool fight. It was cool to see an Inquisitor. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah. The way it kind of starts is really cool. He kind of glosses over the icing on the cake, the cementing of the fact that this people at this base are Empire sympathizers. Right?
Yeah, there's a hyperdrive core.
Well, they're sitting there. What's this hyperdrive core? Where is it going? Oh, it's classified. And Hera's like, I'm
unclassified.
A general. I'm as high ranked as you can get. Nothing's classified to me. Sorry, it's classified. Bring the file. We'll see about that. And then it starts taking off, and she jumps out of the window after they take out the people in the bridge. Well, and
it was because it was cool because this guy stands up with a gun and he's like, "For the Empire!" and gets decimated instantly.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. But I think it's a cool fight. It's a fun scene. Like I don't know. I don't know.
I enjoyed it.
This guy's ass.
It she takes on him and another HK droid.
Yeah.
And like we've seen a few Sith Inquisitor battles in live action now. And while they're capable, they definitely haven't shown the aptitude that a Jedi has.
Or an actual Sith.
And this guy holds his own pretty well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like he's probably coming to his limits and is going to lose when I'm just going to call her the Padawan because I don't remember her name. The Padawan saves his skin.
Shin. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to move on without you reading. And then we get the cool spaceship chase scene with Hera and frickin' Chopper. I don't know how you feel about Chopper because you've never seen Rebels, but I think Chopper is the best. Like next to R2, Chopper is one of the best droids in Star Wars. He's awesome. He's snarky. You can kind of understand what he's saying with his beeps and twerts compared to R2.
You can totally understand what he's saying. And I didn't know if I liked that at first.
Oh, I love it. Like, you watch Rebels, and it's kind of like, I would say my relationship, how I feel about Chopper, follows a very similar path that Ahsoka's followed. Like, when I first was introduced to Ahsoka in that movie, it was, what the heck are they doing? Who is this? And now she's definitely one of my, in the top 3 favorite Star Wars characters for me.
Right.
Chopper kind of took us, like, first introduced to Chopper in Rebels, and I'm just like, what? Who's this droid? This is ridiculous. But like, as you journey with him through Rebels, you just fall in love with his quirky, temperamental personality, right? Like, he's like, were you messing with my stuff? No, I wasn't messing with your stuff. And he finds it eventually. Oh yeah, it's underneath the thing. Yeah. And then it spins and throws the tracking beacon. And when it lands, he's like, he like flexes with his little arms.
Yeah.
He's so awesome. Good. Yeah. He's so good.
We just haven't gotten a lot of them yet. And so I can't say either way how I feel because we've only seen him just briefly.
Yeah, I like Chopper. There's mixed reactions in the Star Wars community to Chopper. Some people like him, some people don't. I'm in the like camp. I think he's awesome.
See that. I can see that though. I can see why it could be mixed for people. Yeah. Okay. So back on Lothal, Sabine pulls her Mandalorian armor out of storage and mulls over the decision to chop off her hair and return to who she once was. Two things. One, how sharp is that knife? Because in one slice, she removes a lot of hair.
Well, it's not a knife. It's a vibroblade, so very sharp.
Apparently, it's a knife.
What do you mean, apparently it's a knife?
No, apparently
it's just because it looks like a knife.
No, it looks like a knife.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look techie at all. It looks just like a knife. Like it's
most
just a
vibroblades don't look super techie.
Wow, whatever. But the other thing, and I get it. I get that this is who her character is, and it's still left over from Rebels, and so on and so forth. But I am so over Star Wars' love affair with Mandalorians and Mandalorian armor. Like, I'm just so done. I'm so done. They took the most overrated character in all of Star Wars history, being Boba Fett, and was like, oh, people really love Boba Fett. You know what should do? We should just put everybody in Boba Fett armor, and we'll make that the centerfold focus. Like, Star Wars right now is about Mandalorians. I'm just so over it.
TV shows, yeah.
Well, but that's all we have. That is Star Wars right now.
Yeah.
And I'm just over it. I'm so over it. Plus, I like Sabine's long hair, so I'm like, oh, damn it. Yeah. What are you doing?
They got to make it line up with the... because after that, we get that shot-for-shot scene from the show.
Yeah.
Showing that scene was years later from where the show ended.
Still her dual colored hair won't fit in her helmet without her shearing off a decent chunk of it. So dumb. Ahsoka seems as though she's experienced this turn of events when she climbs aboard her vessel and cues up Sabine's message to her. In the end, Hera was right. They both needed each other. Even if their history is still clouded in mystery about what went wrong, before setting off on her new mission with Ahsoka to track Shin's vessel down to Cetos, Sabine visits the mural of the Ghost's crew and studies Ezra for a long moment. For fans of Rebels, this moment will feel special and steeped in history that only they know. But for casual fans, the show hasn't fully established why the audience should care about Ezra. That's true.
Yeah, so I would say this shot would be a member berry that could be a bit jarring for somebody who hasn't seen Rebels.
It wasn't jarring for me. It just didn't mean anything.
Right. But for somebody who watched Rebels, I would say this shot is important. It is a member berry, but it's crucial because it sets a timeline precedent that we've been talking about for this shot.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It goes, that shot is this point in time, not when I thought it was taking place shortly after the series.
Right.
That shot was years later.
Right. Okay.
So I would say it's a pretty kind of an over, like those kind of a negative member berry almost, but at the same time, it's kind of important for somebody who's seen the show.
Right. Aboard the Eye of Sion, Morgan reveals that they are nearly done outfitting the starship with new hyperdrives that can get them to Thrawn's location. Their victory is undercut by the knowledge that Ahsoka is determined to track them down, a fact that seems to be bothering Baylan. Shin is convinced that they have made a clean getaway, but Baylan can sense that Ahsoka is on their trail. The final moments of the episode are neatly designed to make you want to hit the play next button, but fans will have to wait another week to see what happens when Ahsoka and Sabine track down their foils in the Force.
I didn't.
you seen the next one already?
I watched 4 episodes back to back.
Oh no, I was like, no, I gotta wait. So I don't know what happens. So don't look at me.
I won't.
Don't talk to me.
What? I can't look at you, but I am talking to you.
No.
Yeah.
So Carl, episode 2 of Ahsoka, a win or a fail for you?
Oh, this is great. Yeah. This. Yeah. This feels like they hit the ground running and they're not slowing down yet. I really enjoyed this. Oh man. Yeah. I don't think there's anything in this episode that I really would say I even dislike. It was just great from beginning to end. How about you, sir?
Yeah, I have all the love for it that I had for the first episode, with none of the confusing rock music or poorly edited opening crawls.
Right. Yeah, because I got the crawl out of the way.
Yeah. And again, I appreciated the opening crawl. Just not the 8-year-old that made it. Like, I just don't understand. Like, everything that was in that opening crawl, the way it was done, the way it looks, the way I could do that in 10 minutes on my home computer. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Just search starry backdrop. Get the first nice starry backdrop you can do.
Copy the text.
Copy paste the text.
Make it red. I'll go all eyedropper on us and make sure the red is right. And oh yeah, I'll do it. And I'll send it to you. And I'll be like, wait, and I'll send you it. And then I'll send you the real one. And I'll see if you can figure out which is which. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and X. I almost said Twitter. All listed below. Check out our Patreon for as little as $1 a month, which is nothing. You can support the show, help us pay our bills to keep the show running, and get some fun little rewards in return. And we have merch.
Did you know that we have a doggo bandana?
I do.
If you got a little doggo pet, you could get him a Movie Man doggo bandana.
And I don't even like dogs. So or if you have a big cat, you could put it on your big cat.
Yeah. Well, there's a size chart. You could.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like just a triangle bandana. You could probably tie it up.
Wear it yourself.
On a small cat too.
Yeah, or a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because putting things around children's necks is always safe.
Oh, whatever. People put their kids on leashes. You can put a dog thing on your kid. I don't see what the difference is. At the end of the day, your child will be fashionable, and that's what matters.
And hopefully alive.
And hopefully, as I can say with 100% honesty, that to the best of our knowledge, the Movie Men merchandise has not subtracted from the population whatsoever.
That you know of.
If anything, it is entirely possible that wearing Movie Men merch may lead to adding to the population.
There you go. Buy our merch.
Wow.
Get hooked up.